Responsible firearm ownership. Politicians use it, advocacy groups use it, training providers use it, firearm owners use it. But what does it actually mean? Most people tend to define responsible firearm ownership in one of two ways. The first is purely legal. You have a license, you follow the law, and therefore you're a responsible firearm owner. The second is based on identity. You're one of the good guys. You're not a criminal. You bought your firearm for legitimate reasons. Therefore, you're responsible. Both are, of course, correct. The law matters and character certainly matters. But I don't think either one fully answers this question. To me, responsible firearm ownership isn't an identity. It's not something that you automatically become because you own a firearm. It's not a title you earn once and then keep forever. It's a behavior. It's something you demonstrate through your actions, because the reality is that a person can be licensed and still act irresponsibly. They can handle firearms carelessly, they can completely neglect training, they can make poor decisions, they can allow ego and anger, overconfidence, certainly, to influence their actions. Being a lawful firearm owner is very important, but responsible firearm ownership demands something more. At its core, I think responsible firearm ownership is about understanding the weight of the responsibility you have chosen to carry. A firearm is unlike most possessions. A poor decision with your cell phone, yeah, it can be embarrassing. A poor decision with a firearm can change lives forever. That is why responsibility starts long before a firearm is ever used. It starts with safety, as it should. Most of us know the safety rules. Treat every firearm as if it's loaded. Keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction. Finger off the trigger. Know your target. Know what's behind your target. These aren't just rules for the shooting range. These are habits. They become part of how you handle firearms every day. But safety is only the foundation. Responsible ownership also requires competence. And I'm not talking the competency that you do when you apply for a firearm license. This is where I think many firearm owners need to ask themselves some really difficult questions. If you own a firearm for self-defense, are you actually capable of using it effectively if your life depends on it? Now, notice, I never said, are you a competitive shooter? I never said, can you shoot tiny little groups at 10 meters? I simply mean, can you safely access your firearm, operate it under serious stress, and place effective hits when it matters the most? Buying a firearm is not the same thing as developing a skill. The firearm itself provides capability. Training develops the ability to use that capability responsibly. I'm going to repeat that. Training develops the ability to use that capability responsibly. Then there is something that may be even more important than competence: judgment. In fact, I'd argue that judgment probably matters more than marksmanship. A responsible firearm owner understands that carrying a firearm is not about winning arguments. It's not about proving points or settling scores. It's about protecting innocent life when there is no other reasonable option. It means avoiding conflict whenever possible. It means walking away from unnecessary confrontations. It means controlling your temper. It means refusing to let ego dictate your decisions. The goal isn't to find situations where you can use your firearm. The goal is to avoid situations where you might have to. And if the day ever comes when a firearm must be used, responsibility doesn't stop there either. Every round you fire carries accountability. Every bullet has a destination. Every decision has consequences. That is why responsible firearm ownership isn't measured by how quickly you can draw and how much equipment you own. It's measured by whether you understand the seriousness of the decisions you are making. Maybe that is the biggest misconception of all. A responsible firearm owner is prepared, he's capable, he or she, of course, is alert, willing to act if absolutely necessary, but never eager. because the objective is never to actually shoot someone. The objective is to go home safely and ensure that the people you care about do the same. When you look at it that way, responsible firearm ownership becomes much bigger than a license card or a safe or a training certificate. It is a mindset. It is the recognition that owning a firearm grants you a capability that very few tools can provide, the capability to defend life. But with that capability comes a lot of responsibility, the responsibility to train, the responsibility to think, the responsibility to exercise restraint, and the responsibility to make good decisions, especially when emotions are running high. So, does your behavior reflect the responsibility that comes with owning a gun? Because responsible firearm ownership isn't defined by what your firearm is capable of doing. It's defined by what you choose to do with that capability every single day. Food for thought. Stay aware, stay prepared, stay responsible.